Defendant is guilty of the crime of forcible and punishment is set at 16 years.
Cops often commit horrendous mistakes and have to cover up for their errors, but today we bring you some of the most shocking footage and cases which the police want to hide from you.
Tell me about that stop.
I was going westbound on Northeast 50th, probably a block just east of Lincoln. I see a red Grand Prix, or Grand Am, in my right lane, in the outside lane. I'm in the inside lane. The car swerves, and so at the time I'm thinking, okay, it's probably a drunk person, or maybe got excited because they saw a cop. And then made contact. It was a black female. Asked for license insurance. Stated that she didn't have insurance. Gave me an ID.
Do you make traffic stops normally after work?
I don't, but in that case, I saw her swerve and whatnot, so
I mean, me, I don't.
Felt.
After I get off work.
I know. I mean, people, cops say that as have a.
Detective Kim Davis was the one leading the interrogation from the front and came straight to the issue at hand.
Okay, so you got her out of the car?
Yes.
Okay. And put her in the back of your car?
Yes.
Okay. Any problems there?
No, she was cooperative. Didn't give me any problems or whatnot.
Did you run her on your MDT?
No, I didn't. All my stuff as far as that, because I didn't even call it in and say it was a traffic stop. My computer was off and everything as well.
Did you shut it off?
I just shut it off.
Work?
Yeah, on the way.
When you put her in your car, did you pat search her?
When I came here, I was like, lift up your shirt. Is there anything on you? Anything as far as your waistband or anything like that? She said no. And then I put her in the vehicle and went from there. Asked her everything.
Did your hands go on her at all?
I backhanded her on as far as the side.
Where on her body? Tell me. You backhanded
her waist, and the back portion. I didn't touch her butt or anything, but the back portion of the waist. And then she lifted it up like right here, and there's nothing.
Did she lift it up like this?
No.
Okay. So she never like went, whoo, nothing,
no.
Exposed her breasts or anything like that?
She asked me if I was like, no, it's okay.
She asked you?
Despite the shocking allegations being thrown at him, Officer Holtzclaw remained calm and cordial. However, he had no clue how he was about to be exposed.
So I was saying it was the hip, the side, not the butt section.
What about right here?
No.
You didn't?
No, I didn't.
They can tuck a gun
That's
right here.
why I asked to lift it up.
Oh, so she just kind of showed you her belly?
Right.
Okay.
What did she say?
Well, was there anything, an accidental touch, anything?
If she thought it, when I pat searched her, but it was nothing as far as I felt like I would do anything as far as sex. For my safety, I just checked to see if the weapons or anything. To make clear, I didn't touch her butt, but the waist side and whatnot. If you would like me to do it, for me to show you.
No, and I'm fine with it, and you have every right to do that. Right. She's saying that you made her lift up her shirt, and when she lifted up her shirt, she exposed her breasts.
No.
Later, after a thorough investigation, it was found out that this was not the first victim of this corrupt officer. In fact, he had sexually assaulted multiple African-American women in the last year.
She said, she said she was doing this. When you said, is there anything inside your bra? And she was going, no, I don't have anything like that. Did she do that?
Yeah, she did, but I didn't look or anything like that.
Right.
And then she was like, do you want me to show you? I was like, no.
She said when she said, do you want me to show you? You said, yeah, and she went,
woo. No, I didn't.
But could she have been, woo, flashing you? And now you don't want to tell me because you're afraid you're going to get in trouble?
No, when I told her no, I said no.
Then she didn't go, yeah, no. Because sometimes drunk girls are
having a good time.
Yeah, but I'm asking you if she flashed you anyways.
I didn't see her. I didn't see her breasts.
Boobies?
I didn't see her breasts.
Okay. What about pants?
Nothing in her pants as far as I concerned. She was wearing tight jeans. So
she said she pulled them down.
I didn't see it.
You didn't see her pulling down?
I didn't see her pulling down pants.
You did not see her?
No, I did not see her breasts.
So she's saying you shined your light on her.
I did not see her breasts.
Where do you keep your flashlight?
The west side right here. Right.
Thankfully, Janie Liggins came forward and exposed the predator in uniform. Shortly after, Detective Gregory collected a buckle swab for Holtzclaw's DNA, evidence that would later be crucial.
All right. Did we buckle swab anybody in the academy?
I don't.
As a demonstration?
No, I never had this done, so.
Right. Stay up. There we go. And you get a free teeth cleaning with your first time.
You won't go none, though.
All right, and then we're going to have one more round.
I turned off my phone.
Okay, we pulled up a lot of video around that area after these allegations.
Okay.
Okay, she also had a SANE exam, which you know what that consists of.
Right.
There's a reason why we wanted your buckles.
Okay.
So if we go off the video and watch that,
Right.
you're still going to stick with your story.
Yes, sir.
Do you recall putting your penis in her mouth?
I don't.
Would you recall that if you did it?
If I did it, yeah.
Although Holtzclaw's body cam and GPS were turned off, the detectives had found some CCTV footage of the incident. Nothing could necessarily be seen on that, but it did prove that the officer's vehicle was stopped there for 25 minutes.
We knew you were on that stop.
Right.
We knew you were there.
Mm-hmm.
And we can watch a whole lot of actions being performed while you were there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And that's why she was trying to give you every out on the whole booby thing. But any reason why your would be out?
No.
We didn't do it, we didn't do it, we didn't do it. And then the DNA comes back and says, he did it. Then we have a huge problem.
Right.
Okay. On the video, are we going to see her boobies?
Shouldn't see her.
Okay. Are we going to see her pull her pants down?
I didn't see her pull her pants.
Are we going to see your penis?
No.
Are we going to see your penis go in her mouth?
No.
Are we going to get any DNA to that?
No.
The detectives also discovered that 43-year-old Terry Morris had complained about Officer Holtzclaw a month ago, that he had pulled her over for a traffic stop and then later raped.
Probably not necessarily going to remember the name, but her name is Terry Morris. Okay, black female. Supposedly you promised her a ride to the city rescue mission. This ring a bell?
No.
She thought you ran her for warrants. Was it clicking? Drove her around.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Name doesn't. I don't recall a name like that.
Okay, but she's claiming the same thing. The exact same thing. And here again, for whatever reason, things are pointing at you again. Traffic stop, not logged in, all that stuff.
The other girl that he's talking about is kind of making the same allegations, and that's weird.
Yeah, that's
Doesn't look good.
I mean, that's
it doesn't
weird.
look. Yeah, it
That's
doesn't look
weird.
good. So, no, I don't.
Officer Holtzclaw was showing no signs of concern on his face, but it was clear that something was deeply wrong. The fact that so many underprivileged black women came forward with the same complaint was no coincidence.
Are you circumcised?
I'm circumcised.
Just asking. Do you have pubic hair?
Yes.
Well, I mean, some people manscape, as you call it.
Right.
You groom?
I agree.
Okay.
Yes.
So do I. For you.
You got any identifying marks around your?
I don't.
Just a plain old penis, huh?
Plain old penis.
Plain old 14-incher.
I don't know what to say about that, but
See, you should have. You just had your opportunity. I just don't know what to think. Would you take a polygraph?
yeah, if you want me to take a polygraph.
I mean, I'm trying to think of a solution. Do you know how slow DNA is?
I don't. I do not.
Slow.
You went home? Was anybody home?
My girlfriend was home.
Do
you
you
get
live
laid?
with her?
Huh? No, she doesn't. She just stayed.
Did you get laid?
Messed around, yeah.
What's messed around?
I guess
We were all adults.
we almost had, and she was tired.
What'd you do?
So my, and then maybe went a little bit in, and then she pushed me off and said, "No, we don't want it. I'm tired." I was like, "Okay."
That's kind of mean to let it get that far and then stop.
So that's when you got home?
That's when I got home.
Now, the detective didn't hesitate to ask the officer some personal questions, and he responded candidly. But this was just the beginning, as she had plenty more to ask.
And she's sitting right here. If she goes like this, well, she's gonna be looking right at your penis.
Okay. But
Could
it was just talking.
Let me ask you this, did you ever get a hard on while you were talking to her? Because she could have.
I don't think
These
I
pants
got.
don't fit the greatest,
Right.
and if you get a hard on, I'm going to be able to tell you got a hard
Right, and I'm pretty positive I didn't get a hard on.
on. Didn't get a hard on
No,
when you. Did your pants come unzipped, unbuttoned, anything while you were standing right there?
No.
CSI is processing your car right now.
Right.
And when we stepped out, they found some pubic hairs right in here. Could they be yours?
No, that's not. I didn't do anything right there.
Did she?
No.
But do you think that could be?
No, it's not. No. Nothing of mine.
Your pubes couldn't be
No.
right there?
No.
Holtzclaw targeted African American women with outstanding warrants, running background checks before stopping them. By the end of the week, his number of victims would rise to 8 as those poor women came forward.
You sure she just didn't flash you?
I can't. She did not flash. I don't want to say I can't recall, but I'm pretty positive she didn't
When I
flash
see a
me.
pair of titties,
She
I'm gonna
she
see
went
her.
like this, but nothing as far as I'm going like crazy looking.
lifting the shirt.
No.
How far did she lift it?
When she lifted it up first, when I patted her down, she was like right here to like stomach line.
Did you see her belly?
Maybe some fat rolls or something. I don't know, but nothing.
Right,
like
but I mean,
was
could you
just-
see skin?
Yeah, I saw skin. Yeah. Yeah.
You like older women?
I don't.
How old's your
How's
girlfriend?
She's 25.
Okay.
What's the oldest lady you've slept with?
Maybe 29.
You ever slept with a black woman?
I have. In high school, I have.
Okay.
Why would she make? Because when a woman says something like this, and they go through a sane exam, and they get, you didn't give her a ticket, so she's not getting out of a ticket. You didn't arrest her, because we get those when they go to jail. I've been have to work those stupid things because they think they're going to get out of jail.
One of the most devastating claims was made by a 17-year-old victim who claimed that the officer had raped her on her mother's porch.
Anyway, those pubes are going to be yours.
No, they're not. Please. Go.
I know. We're going to test it. It just takes.
They're not.
Anyway, your skin cells are going to be anywhere on her mouth.
No.
Skin cells from your fingers.
No.
Did you touch her body anywhere other than with the back of your hand, pat searching her?
I just passed her and that was about it. Didn't touch her face or anything.
Because
Yeah.
if the tests come back, you ain't coming back in here.
Because we have a woman that says about, basically being assaulted,
Right.
okay? And
Right.
we're calling it by force and all that. Big difference between that and a hookup.
Right. Nothing else.
But when she was standing, did she try to pull her pants down?
No.
Did she do, you said she kind of did like
did
this.
this.
Did she ever do anything down here?
No.
You said you take the lie detector test.
Right.
Do you have any extra job? Is there a time when you can't take a lie detector test?
No.
You're saying about 15-minute traffic stop. How long do you usually take on a traffic stop, just on average?
Maybe 20 minutes.
Testing later confirmed that her DNA was found on Holtzclaw's pants. Currently, the detectives remain focused on this single traffic stop. They continued asking more questions about it, but the officer never seemed to be in any doubt, as he was never under any kind of stress.
Now,
That's a long
Maybe.
time.
Now, 20 minutes, and I'll give it to you. Just even doing the gang stuff and all that, okay. 20 minutes, now that's going to be some 800 time, right?
800. Searching the car in detail, all that.
Okay, so doing all of that, all the running, waiting in line, and even on a search. Now, the question I have is we got a lapse of time here, so I'm kind of get a better handle on where the time went. You're talking about 15 minutes, no 800, no running on the computer, you shut it down. And you said it was just a quick little search of the car.
It was.
Where's the rest of that time?
Just talking to her.
About what?
Just see
I mean,
where you're
she's-
going. Trying to get her to confess. Are you drunk or not? Like, are you been drinking? Because I could smell it when I was in the
Yeah.
car, but I can't really get it.
What if she said, yes, I'm drunk?
There are a lot of drunk questions, like how much
Have
did
you
you...
been drinking? Mainly it's just have you been drinking, trying to get her confessed, see anything inside that juice, just trying to just talk to her.
Okay, right there, those questions maybe took 40 seconds. 15 minutes?
And you said 5 at the car. So then we got 10 of a lot of questions.
Right.
Okay. I mean, you tell me I wasn't there. I mean, obviously I don't have any audio.
And that's what I'm saying. Roughly on a traffic stop, take about 20 minutes.
The detectives still couldn't wrap their heads around the fact that Holtzclaw did not issue a ticket to the woman, and the stop still took 25 minutes.
How could you take 15 minutes on that?
Just talking. I must have been talking. So that's it.
I can't see her wanting to talk if she's crying and asking if you're going to shoot her and all this. I don't see her being real forthcoming with conversation.
Whether my questions or whatnot, that's it.
I mean, you don't seem, I mean, I don't know how you were out there, but just kind of talking with you. I mean, you seem real laid back and everything like that. I've never got the impression of just kind of an angry type cop. We know some.
So you don't think 15 minutes was too long on that traffic stop?
No,
And nothing went on during that 15 minutes?
nothing.
Suddenly, Detective Davis called Holtzclaw's wife to confirm his earlier statement. Shockingly, he was caught lying immediately.
I just talked to Carrie.
Okay.
She said she was asleep when you got home and you did not try to have sex, and you did not have sex.
They try to have sex.
She said you didn't. And I asked her, could you have been asleep? And you kind of, whoa, no. And she said no. You did not try to have sex.
Because I don't want to involve her. I tried to have sex with her and she was asleep. Carrie goes to sleep pretty early, about 9, 10 at the late.
Okay, but she would know if you tried. I'm a woman.
I know.
And my husband comes home in the middle of the night and I'm like, are you kidding me? I've been asleep. You said you twirled around her vagina.
I did.
And you put it in a little bit and then she said, I'm tired. No.
I did.
She would remember that to tell me.
Shoot. Maybe.
She said you did not try to have sex.
That was a disastrous start for Holtzclaw, as his claims were quickly proven false. With this, the detectives had every right to launch a full investigation, as things were unraveling for him.
I don't know what to say. I mean, because it just looks like I just caught you in a lie, and now I don't know what to believe.
I'm telling you.
I don't know what to believe.
Okay.
Because you tell me this, I go to verify it. She tells me the opposite, and now I'm wondering what you're telling the truth about.
Maybe because she doesn't know what the heck's going on.
No, she doesn't. I didn't tell her.
And I'm glad, but detectives calling her, any other officer asking her a question like that.
I know.
I'm telling you, I tried to have sex with Carrie, my girlfriend.
She is going to remember your weenie twirling around her hoo-ha. You remember that. I'm sorry, I don't care how much of a sleeper you are. You remember because it pisses you off in the middle of the night and you go, are you serious? Don't bother me with that.
Finally, the interrogation came to an end, and the detectives also took over Holtzclaw's uniform, which was sent over for DNA testing as well.
Looks like you're gonna need to, unless you want to keep the shirt on. I don't know. I don't know if this shirt's gonna be big enough for you. Here, there you go, boy. Was gonna get a Tyvek. Well, why don't you go ahead and get dressed then?
I need to tell you what's going on. It's crazy. I said, I'm basically on my way home, and I'd like to talk to you. What's going on? It's crazy.
Officer Holtzclaw was placed on leave, and as investigations progressed with multiple women coming forward, he faced 36 charges of sexual battery, oral assault, and stalking from 8 different women.
Verdict, count 1, sexual battery. We, the jury, impaneled and sworn in the above entitled cause, do upon our oaths find as follows. Defendant is guilty of the crime of sexual battery and set punishment at 8 years. Count 2, procuring lewd exhibition. Not guilty of the crime of procuring lewd exhibition. Defendant is not guilty of the crime of sexual battery. Count 8. Defendant is guilty of the crime of forcible oral. Punishment is set at 20 years. Count 9. First degree. Defendant is not guilty of the crime of first degree.
Despite Holtzclaw's claim that the women were seeking monetary gain and trying to frame him, the jury unanimously found him guilty.
Count 16. Forcible sodomy. Defendant is guilty of the crime of forcible sodomy and punishment is set at 16 years. Count 17. Forcible sodomy. Defendant is not guilty of the crime of forcible oral sodomy. Count 18. Procuring lewd exhibition. Defendant is not guilty of the crime of procuring lewd exhibition. Count 28. The first degree. Defendant is guilty of the crime of first degree and punishment is set at 30 years. Count 29. First degree. Defendant is guilty of the crime of first degree and punishment is set at 30 years. Count 30. Sexual battery. Defendant is guilty of the crime of sexual battery and punishment is set at 8 years. Count 31. Second degree by instrumentation. Defendant is guilty of the crime of second degree and punishment is set at 12 years.
After listening to some last words from the judge, Holtzclaw left the courtroom in tears, still claiming that he did not do it.
Mr. Holtzclaw, this jury finds you guilty of the various counts. You will be remanded to the custody of the Oklahoma County Sheriff for formal sentencing set January 21st, 2016 at 10 o'clock a.m.
Your Honor, I'd ask to poll the jury.
All right, you have a seat.
While this was extremely disturbing, watch how these next coward cops take down an innocent, unarmed woman.
Help! Take it! No! You do not touch me! Oh my God! Stop! What are you doing? Oh my God! Stop it!
On February 9th, 2023, a motor accident would occur in Newport, Rhode Island, when a lawyer, Claire Hall, would notice the accident and immediately rush to help, meeting the police who would arrive at the scene. However, this moment would be quickly soured by the cops.
Yeah, the key's stuck.
Okay.
It's broken.
Are you gonna? Well, so you think he's gonna be taken with the scene, or will he just?
Are you?
I'm not. No. I'm on the phone with his top.
That's my dad. But
How many cars are involved right now?
Not mine. That's mine.
All right, let's. We need to get that off the road. All right, can we get that into the parking?
Can I tell his father? So
Okay, well, we're in the middle of the highway, right? So.
All right, can you move your car, please? Hey man, is your car drivable?
Yes.
All right, we're gonna get it off to the side of the road. All right.
All I'm saying is I can leave. I just want to tell his father.
You don't have to leave. Just
no,
move your car.
Leave. I just want you to tell me.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm
All right,
okay.
let's have a seat right over here. Is that your mom?
No.
Hall would be present at the scene, simply trying to do the right things that the officers couldn't be offered to, and call the father of the 17-year-old boy involved in the accident.
I talked to his father here. Why don't you talk to his father?
I'm working. Can you please go sit in your car? You have nothing to do with
His
this.
father.
I
He's
understand.
A minor. I'm an attorney because he's a minor. You need to tell me. Is he going to be here?
I don't need to
or
tell
is
you anything.
you-
I'm going to arrest you in a second if you don't get in your car. I'm not kidding you.
You are kidding
You are
me.
impeding an investigation right now, and you're really bothering me.
What should I
Go
tell
sit
his
in your
father?
car.
What
I will
should I
talk to
tell
him
his
in a minute.
father?
Get in your car now.
Help! Take it! No, you do not touch me! Oh my God! Stop!
What are you doing?
Oh my God! Stop it! Are you kidding me?
Knock it off.
You will.
Knock it off.
No! Get your hands off me
Knock
right
it
now!
off.
Get your hands off
All right. Yes.
Tell him to get his hands
Yes,
off
I do.
me. Tell him to get his hands off me right now. Oh my God! Are you kidding me?
Stop.
No, I'm not stopping!
While the officers tried to question the boys involved instead of doing the responsible thing like Hall suggested, they instantly grew impatient and began manhandling her like bullies.
Are you kidding me, right? No, you guys are no, are you?
It's recording.
Record it.
I'm wearing a body cam.
Record it. I understand, but why am I under arrest?
Because you weren't listening to anything we were saying.
Oh my God. You're not listening to your father. Oh my God. Look, okay, I will tell you. Can you please?
Take a breather.
No, you don't take a breather.
I'm fine.
I'm being right now. Can you just let me
I'm not
move my
beating you
arms?
at all.
I just moved my arms so it doesn't hurt. I'm sorry.
How about you stop resisting and you let us put you in handcuffs?
My shoulder is dislocated and you're making it worse.
When Hall questioned the officers, they screamed at her for not obeying, acting as if they were above ordinary citizens, even ignoring Hall's physical injuries.
I have one in custody,
Oh my
disorderly
God.
and resisting.
Oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me.
Stop.
No!
Stop talking.
No! No! This is so ridiculous. I cannot even believe this. Oh my
Let's go
God.
put her in my car.
I just wanted to know. I could tell his father if he's going to the hospital. I'm not even involved in this. I can't believe this.
That was our point the whole time.
I cannot believe this.
That was our point the
You
whole
were
time. You are not
screaming at me.
involved.
Oh
You
my
are not
God.
involved.
I'm a good
We
Samaritan.
instructed you to do something,
I'm a good
and you
Samaritan
refused to do it.
I'm a good Samaritan who stopped to help a kid, and this
Let's
is
go.
what happened. Okay, stop growing me. I'll get up on my own. You're hurting me.
Now.
Oh my God, stop it. Ow! Ow! I want my phone. It's over there. What am I doing? He's pulling my... Hey, stop. Get my shoe. Please get my shoe.
Okay.
Get my... Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I cannot even believe this. This man is beating the out of me. Holy shit. Yes, he is. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is the crazy. I've never... Stop pushing me, please. I will walk. Are you kidding me? You guys don't know how much trouble you are. I'm gonna see you both for assault. I know. You're in so much trouble. I can't even tell you. Oh my God, this is the craziest thing I've ever in my entire. I'm not gonna relax. I can't. I don't have to. You guys, where do you get this much keys, no? This is. I need my phone. It's on the ground over there.
I will grab it.
Call my husband. He's also an attorney.
Go ahead.
This is so bad. Yeah. I can't even.
The phone's right here.
Oh, right.
Miss Hall was forcibly detained in the back of the police cruiser. Unfortunately, none of these power-hungry officers seemed to care about the teenagers involved in the accident.
Find her key, but the car started up, so it's in there somewhere.
The key's probably on her.
Would it start up from like, yeah? All right.
If the car's on and running with the push to start, the car's on and running, it will run as long as the key's in a certain distance. This is probably a certain distance. Now you
Did you
drive
take
her.
a key off of her?
Her?
Yeah, when you, I didn't either.
Did you put grab her pocketbook and everything?
She didn't, she was just out of the car. All we have is her cell phone, a shoe, glasses.
That's it. The key's either on her person, most likely, or the key's in her pocketbook. Does it say key not in vehicle? Right, so the key's in the car.
Yeah, I just couldn't find it though.
Oh, that's okay. Probably like a cup holder or like in
Alright, you want me to move his Volvo?
can't move it.
It won't go.
I would have moved it. Why don't you bring her back? Started before, but why don't you bring her back? Get her out of here. Get her. I'm assuming if she's an attorney, she's got nothing. We'll get her and she cut her loose.
Right.
And then go from there. Yeah, I heard you guys say one in custody. I'm like, oh, here we go.
Another officer would arrive at the scene, and they would all discuss how to hide Hall's car to get her keys, like a group of common thugs rather than officers.
Do you have your car key on you? Where in your car is it? Okay. Alright, I'll let the tow truck driver know.
They told my bike.
Little black pouch, she said in her car.
That works. You can get her out of here.
Right.
She calmed down a little bit now.
It's better than she was. I wonder how she'll be in the block, but somebody will be at the station to help me.
Yeah, I'll head back. We'll have the full flag. Bike will have, I think that's
In the lawsuit Hall filed on August 31, she alleges that she suffered injuries to her shoulders, teeth, breasts, and bladder, along with psychological damage, emotional distress, embarrassment, humiliation, and loss of bodily functions. When she was assaulted, restrained, forcefully thrown to the ground, and had a knee placed on her body before she was handcuffed. Hall is claiming a violation of her civil rights, unlawful arrest, and unlawful property. Hall's husband, James, is suing for a loss of consortium. It's good to see the way these cops face punishment for their corrupt actions, like arresting an older lady simply because she knew their job better than them, making these officers even worse than the ones Swanson encountered. Thankfully, there's no shortage of these dumb policemen getting schooled on the law. And what's especially humiliating is getting taught the law by someone more younger and smarter than you, as we see in the next case.
Alright, anything else I can help you guys with? You're just gonna stand around and get paid?
Yeah. On September 15th, 2023, a video would be uploaded by a New Mexico University law student, Joel Martinez, which showed his experience with the campus police as they confronted him for seemingly the silliest reason that you will find hard to believe.
Oh, sorry. How can I help you?
Is there anyone else in here?
No, it's just me.
Okay. You mind just opening the door that way I can see?
What you trying to look for?
I just want to make sure there's no one else in there. Start, and then I'll talk to you about
there's no one in there right now.
Okay.
Right.
Come out here and talk to me then.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be honest with you. So we got a report that you were seen walking into your dorm with alcohol.
Okay.
Is there alcohol in there?
I don't answer questions. What's your name and your badge number?
Officer Fertile, NMSU Police.
Title and name?
Security officer.
Oh, security officer, okay.
Okay. You have an ID with you?
I do.
Okay, can I see it?
You suspect me of a crime?
I do.
Okay, what crime and how can you articulate it?
We got a report that you were walked in.
So it's like here that they said thing?
Okay.
It's yeah, right? It's like they said that he has. And that's how you're gonna articulate it.
So we don't have to go down this route. If you wanna go down this route, we can.
Well, I really don't, but like I'm studying right now. I'm doing homework. You knocked on my door. I'm out here. I want to know what's on. You say that they said that there's alcohol in this room.
Okay.
Oh, they saw me going into this room and that there's alcohol in there. How can you articulate it though?
You heard it, folks. These cops were questioning Martinez, a college student, for having a drink while studying. This is why our law enforcement these days are a joke.
Yeah.
Okay. So I still need to ID you.
No.
And then we need to go from there.
You have to suspect me of a crime.
I do.
You realize that cops in New Mexico don't have qualified immunity, right?
I do that. I do.
Okay, so from here on, let's just be careful with what you're about to do right now. Okay. You're saying that you want my ID, but right now you or yourself can articulate a crime that I've committed.
Okay.
So
I already explained to you why I'm here. Why
okay,
I need your ID.
I know what you're here, but okay, is my ID gonna tell you if there's alcohol in that room?
No, but I still need to identify you.
My name is Joel.
Joel what?
Joel.
I need your first, last name, and your date of birth.
No, you don't.
If you don't want to provide that,
you don't want to call Officer Donovan or one of your supervisors here?
Yeah, I can get a sergeant over.
Then calling him because right now, this is not what you want to do right now, because this is a violation of my Fourth Amendment.
Okay. All right. Let me get a sergeant over here. Okay.
Yeah.
202-212.
Go ahead. Oh, I'm at.
Yeah, that's my room.
Okay. You want to just hang out here then?
Is he detained?
No, that's fine. I just don't want anyone else going in the room.
You could go in then. If he's not detained, he's free to go.
Yeah, he's free to go, but he can't go in the room.
He can't?
No, not at this time.
Alright. Just let it be, bro. And said that they saw or me walk in there with a case of beer. But that's all they have, so.
So, it's an investigation. I'm talking to him. He doesn't want to identify himself. So, until we get this figured out, there's a sergeant on the way that's going to talk to him. Until this gets figured out, I don't want anyone to go in the room. You're free to go anywhere else. That's fine. You're not detained or anything, but that's what's going on.
Alright, is anything going to happen if I don't identify myself?
You can be arrested for concealing identity, yes.
So, okay, so I want you to say, if you don't ID to me right now, if I don't give you my ID, that you're going to arrest me. I want you to give me that ultimatum.
So, just hold on. You want to wait? You said you wanted to wait to speak to a supervisor, so let's just do that.
Okay, thank you.
The law student clearly knew more about New Mexico state laws than these clueless officers who stood there waiting for a sergeant to arrive.
And keep your hands out of your pockets for me.
Justin.
Appreciate it. So, made contact with him at the door. He got his phone out and started recording right away.
Okay.
I explained to him why we were here. Got a report that he walked in there with alcohol. Asked him if anyone else is in the room. He said, no one else is in the room. Like, okay, can you open the door so I can see? Make sure no one else is in there. I'm not going to do that. Talk to me. Okay. So he comes out. So, are you suspecting me of crime right now? Am I being detained? All that kind of stuff. Explained to him what was reported to us, that he's suspected of taking alcohol into his dorm room, underage, and that I needed to identify him.
Okay.
Like, well, that's all hearsay. What is that going to do if you identify me? Well, we're suspecting you of a crime. It's a misdemeanor. So I at least need to identify you. What we do from there, whatever. But he gave me his first name as Joel.
The cop, now knowing what Martinez was capable of, quickly switched his attitude and tried to plan with his colleague on how to take him on, as Martinez would have none of it.
Doesn't want to give last name or date of birth, and asked to speak to Officer Donovan or one of my supervisors. So.
Cool. Okay. So right now we have minor in possession of alcohol, possibly.
And he asked me if anything's going to happen if I don't, or if he doesn't give me his name and date of birth. I told him that potentially you could be arrested for concealing identity if we want to go that route. Okay, I want you to give me that ultimatum right here, right now, that if I don't give you my ID, that you're going to arrest me for concealing identity. And I said, well, you want to talk to the supervisor, so how about we just wait till the sergeant gets here. Are you aware that MSU, or that New Mexico doesn't have qualified immunity? Yeah, so he went down that route. So I think that's what he's trying to get at. So that's pretty much where we're at.
Okay.
Concealing ID and
Hi.
Hi, name and badge number, please.
Sergeant John Lovelace. My badge number is 212.
212. All right, thank you. Officer said here that if I don't ID, I will be subject to arrest. Is that true?
It's possible, yes.
Possible, yes or no? I need that ultimatum, or else I won't get my ID.
Okay, so technically right now, yes, you could be arrested. for that.
Could. I need a yes or no.
Another officer would arrive at the scene, unaware of Martinez's knowledge, and ready to dole out classic police degeneracy at him. But the next scene could subvert expectations.
You don't give me your ID right now, I'm gonna arrest you.
Why would I say that to you?
Because I need that ultimatum, because right now you're asking.
Yes.
And I have the right to say no, because you're asking. It's not a lawful order.
Okay.
I need you to make it a lawful
you're
order.
being detained for suspicion of minor in possession of alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
We need to see your ID.
Okay, and if not?
And if not, you could be considered
Could?
concealing identity.
Because New Mexico statute says that concealing of identity is a secondary charge. I would have to have been arrested or suspected of a crime.
No.
Right now, you hear just
You're
hearsay.
not being arrested or suspected. You're being suspected of having possession.
On what grounds?
Okay, so do you have any alcohol in your possession?
I don't answer questions. On what grounds?
Okay, so you don't have any alcohol in your possession.
I don't answer questions. On what ground? Yeah, that's our room, bro. Nah, yes, sir. They're trying to go in, bro. They're trying to ID me and shit. But
Okay, so who are you talking to?
I'm recording you.
You're recording.
you're
Okay,
not
very good.
involved at all. So if
Yeah, if you want to hang out down there, you can. That's fine. So here's the deal. By saying could, what we were trying to do is we're trying to be cooperative with you and have you be cooperative with us and help us clear this matter up.
Okay, I gave him my name,
You,
Joel.
Ben, what's your last name?
You don't need my last name and you do not need my date of birth unless you want to run me for it, unless you want to run my name through your system.
You have-
Are you trying to run my name through the
Do you
system?
have warrants for your arrest? Is
Are you?
there
I don't
anything
answer
that would be
questions.
concerned?
I don't answer questions.
The officer would try to twist the statute law, trying to negotiate with Martinez, an actual studying law student, on why he would know more about the law than Martinez.
I don't. It's my Fifth Amendment. Is it or is it not?
Okay. So the question is that like the officer told you, you're being suspected of having possession of alcohol underage. So in that case, the easiest way to prevent this is for you to let us know. Either you got somebody saw you carry a case of beer. You have a case of beer in your possession?
I don't answer questions.
Okay. All right. So the next step in this process would be, would you give us consent to check your room?
Nope.
to make sure that
Nope.
you have no alcohol in your possession?
Nope, I do not consent to any searches nor seizures.
Okay, very good. All right. This is completely up to you how you want to play this.
You could get a warrant, or you could,
So
or you have probable
right
cause.
now,
Go ahead.
Right now, we do have reasonable suspicion that possibly a crime had been committed.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to investigate that. You're certainly welcome to refuse if you wish.
I know.
But we need to ID you.
Or
And if you do not present your identification, you can face a non-traffic
Could.
citation.
you're saying could. I need you to
Because
say
I'm
you
giving
will.
I'm giving you the opportunity to.
No, I need that
be
ultimatum.
cooperative
I will
with
give
us.
you my ID if you say that I'm going to go get arrested if I don't give it to you.
So you'll give us if we say that.
If you say that, yes, sir. Because that's already grounds for me to set up litigation against you.
So you're threatening to sue us.
I ain't threatening nothing, brother.
That's what you just said.
The officer even admitted Martinez had the right to refuse them if they couldn't prove a crime was committed, and also had the right not to show ID without a warrant.
It's not a threat. It gives me grounds. Does it or does it not? I don't answer questions.
Okay, so the easiest and simplest solution to this is for you to tell us your name, date of birth.
Joel.
Joel what?
Joel.
Okay, by just saying Joel, there's 1,000 Joels. I need a last name and a date of birth.
For
in
what?
order to
You're gonna
confirm.
run?
In order
I
to
told
confirm
you
who
want my
you
name.
are for the report, I need to have your name and date
You
of birth.
could.
It's
I
that
didn't
simple.
even have to give you my first name for that report. You could literally put the citizen or the guy or the suspect. Yes, you
It doesn't
can.
work like that.
Yes, it does. I'm a law student here. You're not gonna come over here and try to violate my rights.
So I'm not trying to violate your rights. I'm trying to be cooperative with you, and you be cooperative
Okay, I'm
with
the
us.
cooperating. I'm gonna get arrested. Say it, and I'll give you my ID. Just say, if you don't give me your ID, I'm gonna arrest you.
So you want us to threaten
You want us to
Yes, I
threaten you?
want you to give me that ultimatum if you really want the
I'm not
ID.
gonna threaten you. That's not how this is gonna
Why? Because you know you can't. You know you don't have that ultimatum. Just keep recording, Sean. Don't let him intimidate you. Oh, let me take my hand on. Keep recording, Sean. Don't let him intimidate you. Oh, let me take my hand on my pocket.
Thank you. I
There's two
appreciate
guys right here with Glocks and scared of a 19-year-old with the phone, bro.
Well, I'm not scared of a 19-year-old with the phone I have. Come on, man, don't do that, okay?
No.
Seriously,
Like,
that's
get your
just
hand out
that's
the
just
pocket.
be.
Do you see something in my pocket?
Okay, well, we would like for you to do that for us, just to be cooperative.
Oh,
okay,
just to be
so
cooperative, like just
come on,
like for you to
don't-
say what you want me to do. Are you googling the laws right now? Because that's really what you should be doing right now.
Once the officers realized that they couldn't simply force Martinez to dismiss his own rights and comply with them, they would move to intimidate him like playground bully.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah. I give you permission.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, it's
I
okay.
appreciate it. Okay, so sure.
You have a class at the end or what?
Okay, so here's why we need your name and date of birth. I'm going to read you the law because you are a law student. Okay.
Sean, can you
According to
get
New
you again?
Mexico, it's all being recorded.
Yeah, I know, but
My
those
body
are hard
camera's
to get.
running. Concealing identity consists of concealing one's true name or identity, or disguising oneself with the intent to obstruct the due execution of the law,
Am I obstructing?
or, yes, technically you are, with the intent to intimidate, hinder, or interrupt any public officer or any person in illegal performance of his duties or exercise of his rights under the law of the United States.
Okay, so your investigation is investigating that I'm in possession of alcohol, right?
That's exactly
Okay,
what
and
we
if I don't
said.
if I give you my ID, is that gonna tell you if I do or do not have alcohol in that room?
If
Or is it
you-
just a way
if you
pathway
deny-
to find me with something?
No. The ID is so that we can identify who we are talking to. If you wish to deny us access to that room, that is totally within your rights.
I know.
But you refusing to identify yourself
I
to
know.
us by name and date of birth,
Yeah.
full name,
Mm-hmm.
date of birth, that is concealing identity.
Yeah.
Martinez clearly had these cops in a state of panic, as even they had to Google the law that they swore to uphold. Surely they need to go back to school.
Okay, so just tell me
So,
that if I don't give you
can-
the ID, you're gonna arrest me. Just
Okay.
say it.
Show us your ID. We need to see your ID. Or
Or-
you will be arrested.
Thank you. You got that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got that. Fucking pigs, fool, for real.
Why do you use that term?
Cause why the fuck are you searching my shit? Like,
We're not searching
no,
your shit.
yes, that's
Go ahead and
a
identify him real quick,
seize of
please.
my identification. Is it or is it not?
It's not a seizure. We just
It's
need
a
to confirm-
seizure of my identification, yes or no?
We just need to see who you are in order to
I
go
told you my
forward in
fucking
the
name.
investigation.
Told you my fucking name. Today I didn't
Your
know.
legal name.
My
Give
legal
us
name.
your first name.
What is my Joel? Not the legal name or what?
Joel what? Perfect. That's all we
Yeah.
needed. Thank you. That's all we needed.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go down here real quick, please.
Am I able to go in my room?
No, not yet. Just hold up for just a minute, please, guys. Okay, so he's denying us for his consent to search. That's
No, that's fine.
But we have him ID'd, so we're going to make sure we take a report.
Yep.
And then, so basically, we got called. Somebody suspected him of having alcohol in his dorm room, carrying a case of beer in.
Okay.
He's 19 years old. We will take a case report on it.
Okay.
There'll be a case number drawn. Pretty much, basically, he's pushing the issue on the concealing identity. But now that we've negated that, we don't have to do any more. We will take a report just to document the incident.
Okay. Thank you.
Finally outsmarted by Martinez, the officers were forced to deliver the ultimatum he had been teasing them to do, mocking them as well as a final touch to hurt their egos.
Okay. Any questions?
Just the report number.
Yeah, we'll get that here. We'll get that here in just a minute. All right. Thank you. Appreciate it, Joel.
Yeah, go
We're done.
yourselves.
Okay. Have a good night. You guys can go to your room now. Thank you.
Stupid fucking pigs.
If we really wanted to push the issue, we could stop and lock the room down and get a search warrant. But we have an anonymous complaint. So it's really kind of one of those things that's up in the air. We don't want to do that.
Hey, I appreciate you though. You're a professional. Thanks a lot for that.
Have a good day. Is 2023 7816. Cool. Anything else? You guys need anything else?
Not right now. Thank you so much for dealing.
No problem. Thank you guys for coming out.
Did I get like a badge number or anything
Yeah. My name's Officer Pirtle. My badge number is 202.
Are they?
Oh, wait, they're right here.
Hi.
Oh, they're right here.
Okay,
Just listening.
202.
Yeah, you're listening? Mm-hmm. All right. Anything else I can help you guys with?
We just danced.
So you're just gonna stand around and get paid? You're just gonna stand around and get paid, brother?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think we can just prove some braces. I'm gonna get complaints on both of your asses.
Okay.
And Chief Donovan's gonna know about this. He knows who I am.
Chief Donovan knows you.
Chief Donovan knows who I am.
Okay. Very good.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Fucked up for real.
Have a nice day.
Yeah, and did you find anything with that ID, brother? Did you find out if there's alcohol in here or not with that ID? Nah. So
I does consent, so that's fine.
I didn't
Like
give you
I- like
consent.
I-
You could,
exactly.
Even if you could, you wouldn't.
So
If
we're
you
not
could,
gonna argue with you. Have a nice day. Well, this is actually a common area, so we're allowed to be here.
Work. I pay you for something. Out of here. Yes, I
Why
paid
are
you
you
for something.
doing this?
Out of here. Because you got my ID for no reason, brother.
Oh, okay.
As the officers prepared to leave in defeat, Martinez would do what we all wished happened to these cops and relished in the victory and threatened to sue them for their behavior.
Have a nice day. Yeah. Bye-bye. Have a nice day.
Where'd you park?
I'm on the east side.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk back by here in just a minute.
Oh,
So,
cool.
okay, I'm gonna go back by.
Sounds good.
I'm over on the other side.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
I will call the chief real quick and just let him know
Sounds good.
that supposedly there's gonna be a complaint on us, so.
Joel Martinez.
Joel Martinez?
Arrest their asses,
Okay.
man. Here goes the friends.
Huh?
Jeez, man, what disrespectful.
Yeah, maybe.
I'll ask this.
I'll meet you.
Right now. Are you going back to the office? Or?
Yeah, I'm headed back that way.
Okay.
So, I'll go call the chief real quick and let him know.
Cool.
Now, these cops surely made a mockery of themselves, but you won't believe this next cop-on-cop moment.
Chief, I'm on a DWI.
Over here.
Chief, I'm on a DWI.
Get over here.
I'm on a DWI.
You're
Don't you touch me. Don't you. touch me. You have a problem?
Chief Leonard Guida of the Bradley Beach Police Department decided to interrupt a traffic stop way past his duty hours, and the worst part was that he was extremely drunk, unaware of his surrounding. What followed was downright abysmal.
Thanks.
What is it?
The RMA.
I am not the police, okay? I came here with the ambulance. I want to make sure you're okay.
I don't know what he's thinking.
I don't know. I'm asking you if he's RMA or not.
Oh, yeah, no.
What?
Yeah.
I get that. I'm not saying you aren't. I just want to make sure your head is okay. You have no other injuries that we need to be aware of.
I can't get any.
Can you tell me your
Chief.
first name at least?
Why do you get a jacket on that's not fit to be worn? What's on the back of it?
What do you mean?
Look at it, tell me what's on the back of it.
Oh, it's washed off.
Yeah, then get rid of it.
Okay.
That's ridiculous.
Okay.
You're a sergeant, for God's sake.
Okay, Chief. Let me work this DWI, okay? Chief, I'm on a DWI.
Come over here.
Chief, I'm on a DWI.
Get over here.
I'm on a DWI. Chief, I'm working. I don't have time to argue about a jacket, okay?
Get over here.
Don't you touch me. Don't you touch me. Don't you touch me. You have a problem? You grabbed me. Now get out of here before you get a problem.
The reckless chief then tried to place Sergeant William under arrest without any lawful reason, making an even bigger fool of himself in front of everyone.
Take him in. Take him
No,
in.
you're gonna go in.
Take him in.
Drunk again. Whose keys are these?
They're mine.
Get out of here.
No.
Chief, get out of here or you're gonna get locked up.
No, you...
Chief, you're gonna get locked up.
What the fuck?
You grabbed me. I asked you 3 times to leave me alone. You're obstructing my DWI.
Billy, come over here.
Let him go.
That's the first thing. Billy,
I'm trying to get away from everybody.
Shut up, because you're in trouble now. Stop,
No, I'm not
please,
in
stop.
trouble.
Stop,
I'm not in
stop,
trouble.
stop.
You're gonna be in trouble.
Stop,
You're gonna be
Billy.
in trouble.
Billy.
Chief, I'm working at DWI.
I'm listening to you.
Okay.
Shut up.
No.
You're in trouble because this is the first thing. First of all, I was about to say to you, you stupid. I was about to say to you, what do you need OEM for?
You're embarrassing me in front of the men about the jacket.
No. That's neither here nor there.
Okay.
That's neither here nor there. Now we got a real fucking problem, Billy.
Yeah, we do.
I know.
We do.
All right, you're gonna have to go inside.
No, how about we do this?
No.
we go
Billy,
inside?
Billy, you're gonna have to go inside right now with me. You're gonna have to go inside and
We're in a serious collision.
Billy, you're not doing anything when I'm on the scene, okay? You should know better than this, my friend.
No.
Listen to me.
Grab me.
No, I said
You were
come
out of
over
line.
here.
You're out of line. You grabbed me. It's on video.
Billy,
It's on video. I'm not going to argue with it. I have a crash
Billy,
to work.
Billy,
I have a job
Billy,
to do.
You're
okay?
relieved. Billy, you're relieved.
Okay.
You're
I'll
relieved.
go home.
No. Billy, you have to understand something. You're relieved. Billy, you're relieved. Go in the headquarters and wait for me.
The chief's selfishness and entitlement spiraled out of control, showing complete disregard for the ongoing traffic stop. Well, just when you think things might have hit rock bottom, Guida did something even more shocking.
Yeah, so my crash.
No, Billy, you're relieved.
I have
Billy.
officers here.
Billy.
Right here. They could get waffled because my car is
Billy.
blocking it.
Billy, you're relieved.
No, Chief.
No, Billy. Please, Billy, don't. You're suspended, Billy.
I'm
You're
suspended?
Yes.
Okay. I'm suspended. I'm going home.
Yes. Billy, come here.
I'm going home.
We
We can't talk. I'm suspended.
No.
I'm suspended.
You're
I'm going
to headquarters
home.
and you're going to wait for me there.
No, I'm not. I'm suspended. I'm going home.
You're going to go into headquarters. You're going to wait for me there.
Let me work my crash. This is why I'm here.
Billy, you're suspended.
All right, if I'm suspended, then I'm not going to wait inside. Nothing more to say.
No, Billy. You have to. Let me explain something to you. Billy, you're suspended.
Okay.
All right. Billy.
Yes.
Right now.
Okay.
Wait for me in there. That's an order.
Can you do me a favor? Can you put your car where my car is, so our officers and first aid don't get run over, please.
I got you.
Thank you.
Billy suspended.
Suspending a sergeant from his traffic stop was shocking enough, and even worse, he had no backup. As Sergeant William left the scene, the chief approached him with a bizarre apology.
See what happened there?
Yes, Chief.
What happened?
There's some type of exchange between you and Sergeant Major.
Well, we're going to talk about that later. Everybody's got that. Billy's suspended. You really got this. What do you got here? What do you have?
We're trying to figure that out, Chief.
Go on, Billy.
In there.
Yes, you're going to meet me in there. Go and put the dog in right now.
There's nowhere to put her. She's going to ruin things.
Okay, we'll leave her in there, please. Go in.
I'm going. I got people on the road. I want to make sure they're safe. I want to run you over, so watch out.
No. Come on. Go ahead. You know I love you. Come on.
I know. What? What's wrong with you?
Stop. Billy.
Why would you do that to me?
Stop. Billy. Stop. You got enough problems already. Please.
Okay.
Well, if you think this police chief was corrupt, you would be shocked to see the corruption of this next guy.
No. Believe them checks were mine. This started to piss me off. When I found out they weren't.
It is rare to see a police officer being held accountable for their corruption, let alone a police chief. Today, we bring you a shocking case where a corrupt police chief was exposed for breaking multiple laws and making a mockery of the entire police system. On March 10th, 2018, Buckeye Lake Police Chief James Hansey went over to a residence where a police call and accidentally fired his weapon. This led to an investigation into the chief's conduct, opening up several questions that needed answers.
Just tell me about what happened during the accidental shooting. Obviously, I've gotten stories, a couple different, people told me, but you're the guy that accidentally discharged a weapon, so I can't wait to hear from you, man.
Jeff Maiden and I were on our way back from Lancaster. We had ate at B-Dubs. We were coming down 79 and we were in the area of Buckeye Lake Beezer Village. And my telephone rang. It was from Darlene Witt-Hofer. I've known the family since, I was a firefighter with her brother Terry for aunt. She found her aunt in the middle of the road, and that two guys had broken into her aunt's house and held her at gunpoint. She was able to escape, but the gunman shot one guy. He was laying in the floor bleeding to death, and the gunman was still in the house.
However, Hansey had undergone a finger amputation just a day before the incident and was declared medically unfit for active duty.
Thinking of being on technically light duty, had no gun with me, and with there someone possibly being in that house dying, you guys have done the same thing. You'd have went in. We had 3 people here, and we've been trained. I told Ritter, give me your handgun. Vermaiden went around the side of the trailer to see if there was a door on the back. Pepper 3. Vermaiden was the first one in the door, went to the right, because it's a single wide. Went in, and I went to the left, and I held the whole back of the trailer. And the trailer is really dark, and the only lights that's on is their flashlights and a TV in the very back room. I'm standing here, low ready, left hand, and all of a sudden something flashed. I thought someone was coming up at me. When I came up, I hit a corner and put went in the round, went in the floor.
Okay. Did you have your finger on the trigger or something when you went up?
I had, yeah.
By responding to the scene, he directly violated his department's policy as he had been officially placed on desk duty. Chief Hansey had no clue that this accidental discharge was only the tip of the iceberg, as the detectives had planned plenty more questions.
Was there any conversation about not telling them about the accidental discharge?
Yes, there was.
Okay, was that your call?
Yes.
Okay, and what was the rationale there?
Ritter likes to tell things. And for the integrity of the case, integrity of the accidental shooting, Ritter, you don't have to go tell everybody that we had an accidental shooting. Let's get this investigated first. Let's get it looked at. You know, let's save the integrity of the case right here before anybody, you know, it's 1,700 people know.
Sure.
And that was the only reason. But no reason to hide anything. How can you hide an accidental discharge?
Makes it tough.
I
Things
mean,
go bang real loud.
Yeah, and you got a spent shell. We got the shell. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, I sure did. I told him. I mean, because he likes to tell.
Having no answers to the detective's tough questions, Chief Hansey started to blame other people, starting with the mayor, who clearly didn't have good relations with him.
Mayor, I called the mayor 6 times and she never called me back. She called Ritter instead of calling my phone. She does that a lot. Just the other day, she's standing there, Ritter's phone goes off. Call from Peggy Wells. He's talking to her. I'm like, I walk up and say, why aren't you calling me? I'm the chief.
Right.
From years, she's been on council for years, and yeah, she never liked the police department. She's actually picketed against the fire department. She don't like them. She had a big meeting with Randy Thorpe, and well, Billy was still there, and wanted to see about bringing them in and get rid of us. And Billy and them guys told him, you can't afford us.
Right.
You know. But when she took over mayor, and she took me in on January 19th, I told her, I said, all I want to do is my job.
Yeah.
I want to work with you. I have no hard feelings about nothing.
Shortly after, the detectives pressed at another huge point. Chief Hansey had been working from home and getting paid for the work at the office. Watch the bizarre reason that he had for this.
You mentioned a computer that you had at home, that your excuse was that you had to go home because you had some information on the computer at home that you didn't at work.
My computer at home is set up the same way the computer at the house. I mean at the office.
Okay.
And if I was at my house doing stuff and writing, you can go to my house right now and I can show you the stuff that I've done, changing policies and changing things. I've had permission from our mayor, Kate Carroll, to go there.
Okay. Have you had permission from this mayor to go there?
No, and I haven't.
Okay. All right.
I wish I would have brought my phone in. The times that they're probably talking about is I burnt my foot right heel really bad, clear to the bone, and I had to have a special boot, and it hurt to walk in it.
Hansey insisted he was working from home, but he had no clue that the detectives were well prepared, as they quickly exposed his claim with a damning revelation.
And I would come in the mornings, I would get the mail like I was supposed to, I would check the phone recorders and do everything else, and then I would go to the house and do what I had to do. You know, but I always had my walkie right there, and they knew this.
Well, I think part of it too was they said they came over, you know, a couple of times, and you were just wearing shorts and a t-shirt watching cops while you were on duty.
No.
And that was the, you know, and then when I checked the records, you had them logged down as hours that day. You know, but my concern is if you're at home that day, you know, and that's true. Let's say that's true what he's saying. You know, if you're just sitting around watching cops when you're supposed to be at work, that could be an issue.
Right.
Obviously, I mean, you're the chief of police. You wouldn't want one of your guys doing that. Why do you think that is, Jimmy?
I would go home a lot, but I would not. I would be in blue jeans or my BDU pants and a shirt that always said police, and I would be doing the stuff that I was allowed to do on the computer per the mayor.
The police chief faced allegations of misusing government funds while staying at home. The situation escalated as detectives shifted their focus to yet another serious accusation.
Junk cars. I wanted to ask you about that too. What are your procedures for junking cars?
Junking cars?
Yeah. Let's say you get a car in an impound, nobody comes and gets it. What are your procedures to get rid of that vehicle?
Run the thing through the state of Ohio. They come back and tell us if there's a lien on it. And then you send that person, or if there's a lien on it, you send that person 10-day notice. Or if there's no lien on it, you send that person, the owner, 10-day notice. And then if they don't collect it, or we get it back, they've got 10 days to pay the towing or anything like that. If not, then I go get a title from the BMV, and then we gather how many other cars we got up, get 3 bids, and then people come out and look at the, you know, like junkyards or private people or whatever. They look at all the cars all at once and give you 3 bids, and The highest bidder gets them.
Okay.
As if the situation couldn't get any worse, Chief Hansey was also accused of removing batteries from junk cars and then selling them for personal profit.
You ever taken any batteries out and sold the batteries?
No.
No. And the reason I'm asking in this setting, Jimmy, is this is a setting where under Gary Act, you can't be charged with what we're talking about. We can't talk about this criminally.
Right.
Okay, but if that comes out criminally, you know, there's going to be some issues probably with stealing. Okay, so there's been those allegations and a little more than just allegations. Very, very specific things that I've checked out that are not making a lot of sense. Okay, one of them especially being a water pump that was taken off of a truck for Randy.
If anything was taken off them cars, the village already owned them, and they had permission from the mayor to take anything. I personally have never taken anything off the cars, out of the cars, anything. Now Randy and Mark Dimmick has, yes, but they've always had permission, and they've never done anything until the vehicles were owned by the village.
Sure.
It is sad to see the state of affairs of a police department. We can only guess how much corruption was occurring within the entire branch.
Okay.
Never.
All right. Well, I needed to ask you about that because, like I said, I've had a couple of them here. All right.
Unconvinced by the chief's claims, the detectives once again asked him about the accidental discharge encounter, asking how he would have reacted if one of his junior officers had made the same mistake.
I took a call, even though they're not cleared to come back for 2 more days. Would you per se, you have a problem with that?
If it was the same situation that I was put in,
Sure, call it exactly the same.
no, I would not.
Okay. And why is that?
Because there was imminent risk of death. He was there. He had plenty enough people to take care of what the situation was. And I believe he has what word do I want to use?
You want to use probably duty to do something, right?
Yeah.
I assume that's where you're going with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I do. I would not have a problem with that at all. I mean, the accidental discharge was very unfortunate and a bad timing, but, you know, no, I wouldn't have a problem with that at all.
Once again, the accidental discharge seemed to be only a stepping stone for the detectives as they pursued another key issue in the department. The calculation of their pay had been a major problem.
Where you've got all the hours listed for everybody that worked, all the calls were taken, all that stuff.
Yeah, we get the calls and everything out of the computer system.
Okay.
And Jeff would estimate the hours.
How's he estimating the hours? I'm confused on that part.
I worked 80 hours a week.
Uh-huh.
I mean 80 hours a week.
Every 2 weeks?
Every 2 weeks. That's 160 a month, so he'd put 160. He would take what he was supposed to work, divide that by 2. That's what he would get, just down the line like that.
Okay. That's for the full-timers, right? To make sure those numbers are correct.
Those numbers were estimations. They were never correct, not meant to be correct.
You guys are paid by the hour, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you get paid by the hour, an estimate by the hour? How does that work? Because we have a time clock. We got to turn stuff. I mean, we literally have a time clock.
The detective shifted focus to another major issue, the calculation of officers' pay, which had some significant discrepancies. It turns out the entire police department was being run on guesses.
We're ultimately responsible for making sure the numbers are accurate when they go to Mary, who I assume Mary does some other report as well, or did at the time.
I have no clue. We just turn in our timesheets to her.
But you make a report for city council, or for village council. I'm sorry, if I keep calling city council, I'm just used to this. You make a report for village council, right?
The end of the month, they would get a report.
Yes.
On with the fire department and every street department and everything else.
Right. And that report is done by who?
Vermaeten.
Okay, so Vermaeten does the report. He does the report up, and I would assume, since you're the guy in charge ultimately, and you're the one responsible for numbers ultimately, you look at that report.
No.
You don't look at the report that Vermaeten's doing?
No, he would come in or on a Friday when I'm off on Fridays, and he knows Monday is the council meeting. He would do it up, and then he would take it over and give it to Valerie. There's plenty of times I would never see that report. I have no clue.
But you know who comes. But you know who's coming and going, Jimmy. That's the whole thing I want to get at. You know who's coming and going in the department, and there are people Like Schilling. Is it Schilling? Schiller? I know he's
Jason Schilling.
Jason Schilling.
Yeah.
I talked to lots of people, and they said he only comes during taser training. That's it. And he's listed for 16 hours a month.
Correct.
Every single month.
Correct. Because Frank Foster, our mayor, said he did our radar, he did our taser, and he did something. What else did he do? Radar, taser.
Every officer in the department being paid more than the work they were doing. In fact, one of them was only present for taser training, but was being paid full-time. Here is what the chief had to say about him.
I believe it is accurate because the mayor, Frank Foster, said, giving this, we will trade him this 16 hours a month if he continues to train us like that. And that's the way we did it.
I understand what you're saying. I do. I get it. But, you know, a guy like that's invaluable. You know, but you want that guy to actually work. And when you're presenting those numbers to the village council, the numbers don't match what is actually going on. You know, so if you're putting 16 hours down, it looks like that guy's been there for 16 hours that month. He put in at least 16 hours of time, right?
If you wanted to look at it that way, yes.
I don't know. I mean, I really don't know how else to look at it, Jimmy, when it comes to that, because, again, yeah, valuable guy. You want to keep him around. You want to keep him happy, but he's not putting the numbers in that you are saying he's putting in.
Once again, the chief tried to brush everything off onto the other officers involved and even the mayor, claiming that he was agreeing with everything. He had failed to grasp the gravity of the situation and the responsibility that he should have taken.
Every month that she's been there, she's got 16 hours a month. I call her, she says, no, that's not accurate. I call the guy she rides with, Haas.
Jeff Haas.
Jeff says, no, she does not work 16 hours a month. Yeah, you guys put 16 hours a month on that sheet.
Again,
you understand that's a criminal charge. That could be a criminal charge to do all that
there's
stuff.
no monetary value.
There's no monetary value. You're making it public. You're making it public record. You're falsifying a public document because it's going over to village council. You see what I'm saying? So you're falsifying a document that goes over there, and I don't know why. I don't get it. I really don't understand it. You know, but I mean, this is a place to explain it, Jimmy, if you're going to. I mean, this is where it gets explained.
The detectives accused the chief of fraud, which immediately triggered his angry reaction. He was no longer calm and composed as the weight of the allegation seemed to finally hit him.
Let's go to these checks that were cashed for the insurance company. Now, I talked to the insurance company about those checks, and they had some pretty big issues with them.
Mm-hmm.
All right? That may be something that I'm going to have to turn over to somebody else to investigate criminally. If it gets to that point, I may have to do that. I don't know what the insurance checks that when you were transported to the hospital and you were supposed to pay, you were supposed to cash them, and you cashed 4 of them.
Oh Lord, you got to be kidding me.
See, Jimmy, the problem with an internal investigation is once it starts rolling, it starts opening the door to all kinds of other stuff that comes in.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a duty now to at least address it and try to figure out what's going on. In this setting, again, you're under Gary, okay? I can't use anything you say criminally, period. Okay?
Oh, I understand.
So, all right, I want you to understand that, you know, before you.
This is funny. These checks, I honestly, wholeheartedly, with my life, believe they were my Aflac checks. Because I talked to John Curtis, you can call him and ask him, I got him in my phone. He says, you've got a check coming, and you're going to have checks coming for your follow-up visits. I just got a check, and you can run out to my truck or give you the keys. I got $3,100 out there. I just got an Aflac check for this.
Okay.
I honestly, wholeheartedly, 1,000,000% believe them checks were mine. This started to piss me off. When I found out they weren't, I made arrangements and they were taking money out of my payroll every month.
They mentioned
I didn't fight the system because I honestly believed they were my checks.
The entire police department was a mess, and the detectives were just dropping bombs at the chief, who should have been aware of this prior to the investigation.
It's your department, your responsibility to make sure those numbers are accurate.
Them numbers were never, ever in the whole world ever meant to be accurate. That was just a summary of what we've done.
Okay.
The only thing accurate in that whole thing was the very front page. That was accuracy.
And it wasn't accurate because you guys missed Ritter's numbers on almost every month.
What do you mean?
Like Ritter's numbers that he had, your call volume is actually way bigger than you guys claim it is. You guys have more calls and did more things than you guys claim. Because you didn't factor Ritter's numbers in. All of Ritter's call records, all his calls, all his stats. Even his hours worked. Nobody calculated it.
So Ritter's not putting his stuff in the computer. That would be the problem there with call volume.
What do you mean put stuff in the computer?
He's not typing his stuff in his CRs and call records in.
Okay.
The detectives had some compelling evidence, which angered the chief, and he went on another tiring rant as he had no solid argument to counter the mounting evidence of his misconduct.
I don't put down on my timesheet.
So you work an extra hours and not claim it?
Yes. My phone would ring constantly, and I'd have to go out. I never put all the hours down, because I know we're short of money, and I didn't want to work myself out of a job. You can ask any mayor that.
Yeah. What's the most people you guys have had out at one time?
2.
2?
Yeah, 3.
At any time, any given day?
Usually 2.
Okay.
Noon to 10.
No idea.
So that should, I don't even know why that was put there. That was should have been noon to 10 instead of 4 to 10. And it had been 10 hours.
What time did you guys get back from that trip?
Oh, hell, I don't remember.
Was it dark?
No.
Maybe he tried to come in later, I don't know. But he put down numbers too on that day that he wasn't at work.
Noon to 10.
No idea.
So that should, I don't even know why that was put there. That was should have been noon to 10 instead of 4 to 10. And it had been 10 hours.
What time did you guys get back from that trip?
Oh, hell, I don't remember.
Was it dark?
No.
Maybe he tried to come in later, I don't know. But he put down numbers too on that day that he wasn't at work. The Ritter had to come in because the two of you were both gone. And the dispatch traffic had Ritter on there, not you guys.
Yeah.
And obviously,
here, 4 to 11.
and you're being honest with me that you guys were out there on the 25th.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the problem, Jimmy. And I turn this stuff over to Mayor Wells and the village council. They're probably going to have an issue.
Well, you know what? This was not done on purpose. I probably should do my timesheet every day that I get done, and I didn't. That right there, the 25th, was not done on purpose. And I can understand it looks terrible.
But Jimmy, you just told me earlier that you do it like that you make sure that you don't put that ending on there until you're actually done.
I just started doing that.
Okay, I gotcha.
Because of all this issue of them saying timesheet this, timesheet that, timesheet this.
Right.
And pay is very...
This is, Jimmy, I don't know if you've ever seen this before. This is a couple years of people thinking that you're doing stuff that you shouldn't be doing. A couple years, since 2014.
As the detectives moved to the end of the investigation, Hansy's desperation was visible, as he also owned plenty of the stuff happening. In the end, he once again tried to become the victim in this situation.
I asked if we could get a window tint meter for $48. No, you don't have the money. Seriously?
Wow, 48 bucks?
$48. So that's the way we've always been in that village from day one I started. They don't give us nothing. We buy our own paper. We buy our own uniform. They give us a uniform allowance. But we buy our own boots and we buy our own guns and our belts and stuff that whatever the uniform allowance won't cover.
That reminds me of something though, Jimmy, I gotta ask you before you take off here. You threw away a bunch of property the other day.
Shortly after the interrogation ended and after the investigation was concluded, Chief Hansy was charged with 22 administrative counts. Chief Hansy was immediately dismissed from his position and then placed on diversion. As of now, there are no updates regarding the charges against him, and it does remain uncertain whether criminal proceedings will be pursued. Now that brings us to the end of this video. Today we looked into a case of a corrupt police chief who ran his department with zero accountability, allowing some serious violations of the law happen, but fortunately he was removed from his position and held responsible for his negligence and misconduct. Now if you agree, please support us by liking this video. Also, if you did enjoy this video, watch the moments where these entitled Karens messed with the wrong cops.
Sir, please. I'll take everything off. Please don't charge me, but I want to go to jail. Please, sir.
I don't want you to take everything off.